So many guys out there. We don't know say was. The drama continues as always. We just had a present. But you want it to be true, you make it true. So you get clicks, but when you go personal, what's really going on? Like, what's going on, y'all? This Greg. Greg said it. Back with another one. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? It's Greg. Greg said it. I'm in the building here. Shout out to everybody coming in here. Everybody watching live. Shout out to you who are watching the replay here. We on our normal Greg said it Sunday. I call it like our weekly review, our weekly analysis of what happened during the week, man. There's so much that happens this time of year, because guess what? Colorado, y'all, is in the off season or postseason. It's not off season this year, it's the postseason, because they're still live and in action here, y'all. So it's kudos to Colorado. What's going on, our Jizzle? Everybody coming in, what's going on? People coming through, what's going on? We made it. This is the thing everybody been waiting for. Everybody been waiting on the off season, and here we are, a few days away, towards the end of the week, a couple days, few days after Christmas. Colorado finally will be in the off season, but we get to see a postseason game. Our content is a little more active. You know, we got a lot of recruiting going on, but also we got some well-off footage of practice and got some guys that's coming in for next year. And the content just a little better for a little longer. It's not that dead gap that we would have normally. during December, waiting to see who's coming in for January. But we actually got some live action, man. And it doesn't help that this is the first year that they decided to go do this little playoff thing. So we got a lot of action, and with that, we get to talk about. And first, I want to give a shout out. We have our partnership here with Tanggula Box right here, as you see scrolling across the bottom. Be a great gift for somebody. We still using our box, got all the channels and everything, all that good stuff. We got all these different. I noticed that the college football playoffs on TNT this year. That used to be a regular channel, but it's not in every package. So they've got the rights to at least the first round of the playoffs. So we got TNT, you got games with ESPN. Same thing with the NFL got all these channels, so it's just good to have that, and it's good for the family. The kids get to enjoy. I get to find all my favorite shows from the past. You get to find all them old movies, that you grew up with, your parents grew up in. It's just a good thing, especially for the holiday season. And so, definitely want to check that out. DefeatCable.com. I repeat, go now, check it out. DefeatCable.com. It's a one-time fee, no monthly service. No cable, no more. You can use that box for everything. And I mean everything. So check that out. All the channels you can have. I think it's about 90,000 channels, whatever. International, all that good stuff. All right, just said we got a new a new commit. Who's that? Who we get? All right, Jizzle. The commits just coming in. We got some couple tight ends, a few tight ends. We have some D linemen come in. Of course, y'all know I think we talked about last week. Sauter came in, the backup quarterback. Did that happen since the last time we talked? Did we talk about that last week? Oh, I know we mentioned that it's good for Juju to be able to develop and all that good stuff. So it might have been everything is blended in. So we say gifted one grid membership. Okay, Bit Worm. Shout out to Bit Worm. Gifted somebody a membership. Okay, Bit Worm. Appreciate Bit Worm. Receiver from Tulsa. I guess that veteran. Believe it or not, I don't know what's going on with the receiver group or whatever. I don't know much about this receiver because I know they said we need a veteran receiver. So of course we can all get to discover this guy with time. See what he did at Tulsa and what he brings to the table. And we got a lot of good young receivers. I know that. We got a Marion Miller coming back. I know that. So Marion Miller, Draylon Miller, the Miller brothers, but not brothers. You got Cam Michael going to be coming back. Get to show what we've been missing out with him. I still want to see Harge out there and in the backfield as well. Taking a second lineman to see you this year. I don't know what that means. But also we got who else we got? We got Gibson. He's showing that looking like a little Deshaun Jackson down in Texas for playing that slot. And we got Farrakhan coming. We got a lot of good young receivers coming. They get to fight that thing out. So we're not gonna be short on talent. But they say we want a veteran receiver or whatever. Tim is still gonna be there. He get to show what he can do. Not a shortage at all of receivers. I think we're probably gonna run a little more. We got some guys, some big tight ends who can block and also go catch. We got a running quarterback that coming in. So appreciate Big Worm. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate everybody. Speaking of that, shout out to Big Worm. The season of giving. I appreciate y'all. And yes, I try to do this thing my own way, and I try to be consistent. And y'all are the reason why I'm consistent with this thing. Because sometimes I be like, what am I doing this for? You talk to the screen, you see your views, and you get your little YouTube money or whatever. But you just, you got to always remember your why, and what you did this for. I did this for the people to give a different perspective, give my perspective. And I try to stay true to that because that's the only way I know how to do it. And I always got to keep that. And y'all help by showing up. Y'all help by the comments and the support and the giving y'all do. That keeps it worthwhile, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not a job. You kind of doing it for free. You get a little money, but it ain't like job money. You just try to. I just keep doing this because of y'all, and make sure y'all, if you here now, if you're watching, like, share, subscribe, comment, and I'm gonna do something. A lot of people ask me in the background. They say, "Hey, what's your Cash App?" I don't usually put that up, so I added that on here. If y'all want to be generous with the Cash App, I know some people in the past have given to that. I think R Jizzle, Dana, a few people. I want to give a shout out to Dana. She's given a few times, and I'm gonna give a shout out right here. Y'all don't normally hear this kind of stuff, but a lot of people talk about community, and I always talked about Colorado should be a community. And y'all know this was one person that I really do a lot of content with directly. I've done stuff indirectly with a lot of people. Brother reached out to me last April. I ain't know him from a can of paint. I might have seen him on. I think he was on Rob the Man show one time, and then he's a proactive dude. He's a generous dude. You know, he's all. I mean, you look at B Watts, brother B Watts. He's been on everybody's because he's the connector of it all. He's not afraid. He know how to hustle. He know how to get people on his show. He is a unique fixture in his community. He's one of the newer guys because he started like at the beginning of this year, and he's really been a connector because a lot of us been doing our own shows. Some people do a little bit with others, but B Watts reached out to me and said, "Hey, I seen you make a comment. I jumped on this show." And later on, I see he worked with a lot of people. He's worked with even some of the bigger content creators that's closer to the program and outside of our, I guess, our circle right now. So B Watts, shout out to B Watts. He even sent a Cash App as well, and he didn't have to do that. So I want to give him a personal shout out as a fellow content creator that was generous enough and shoot me something. I know what we do. I do his show and all. So y'all make sure y'all continue to support B Watts in his journey of developing and standing in his content creation, just in his growth and all that good stuff, that he be able to keep doing what he doing. I'm just a guy here, man. I see y'all. You think we need another receiver? We got a great crop. Yeah. But that's what people say. They say we need. I don't know how I agree with because I ain't seen them. And we landed Joseph Williams. Is that the same guy? Joseph Williams at Tulsa? I think that injuries happen. We've seen it. We've seen multiple young guys hurt early, and some of them didn't really return for whatever reason. Maybe it's injury related. Maybe it was a combination of things. Then we seen 4 guys go down in one game. And we still had a plethora of receivers. We didn't use all of them, but we still had a plethora of receivers. We had Mathis and all them guys, a few of them on transfer. So, it's one of those things where you can have too many, but you can't. But you looking out for self when you make sure you don't have too many. You ain't really looking out for them because they're going to sit on the bench and they might hit that portal. I don't even get excited no more about guys coming in because I know they can hit that portal. They can, just as excited as they is coming in, they can be gone. Some of them be gone for the spring, after the spring. But I'm just saying, the portal's a monster, man. I mean, you come here 1 year, do good. I mean, for example, look at your boy Hill Green. I thought I was so in denial. I thought it was like, everybody be lying and putting these deep fakes and all that on because they put Nick Saban in. I thought it was satire. And I looked to see was it legit. Hill Green went to Alabama. Like, that's crazy to me. It's kind of like a whole come up or something. I mean, you in your final year, I thought he was gone. But go to Alabama, you feel like you're gonna get that much of a maybe get to prove he better. I don't know. I thought he proved enough. You can't say he didn't do nothing in Colorado. He was at Michigan, he went to Charlotte, he came here, and it's just like you consider Alabama a step up. I mean, you say maybe you always wanted to play in the SEC. I don't know. Did they pay you money? I don't know. I mean, you're in the Big 12. It's a running conference. You're gonna get your chance to go up, folks. Do you want to go to Georgia? What's really going on? I don't know. But it was weird for him to choose Alabama. Like, you must got a fetish or a dream to play SEC football. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. The portal is vicious. The portal, you can have a guy come in for 1 year and leave. You can have a guy like your boy come in, be a senior, and go somewhere for a grad year, another grad year, whatever going on. Then you got this thing going on with the portal now, where they talking about. I thought that was a joke. They say, okay, you can have 2 years at JUCO. They don't even count no more. They don't even count. That's cute. You don't even count no more. That's weird. So you telling me you can do 2 years and say my clock ain't even started yet, and then I can go do 4, 5, 6, how many years at this level, and it's like, so you could do. These boys better be super. They better be super smart. They can't be super dumb. They can't be dumber than what you were. I mean, you go through 4 years and don't get a degree. If you got 6 years and don't get a degree, something wrong with you. And you might as well go ahead and soup it up and get a master's while you're at it if you're going to be in school for 6 years, because that's just crazy. You're going to come in at 18, 19 years old and leave at 25, 24. Like, I don't even know how that's even conducive on an NFL career. I don't. Because look at somebody like Travis. Look at somebody like Travis. He just came in and get his 3 years and be gone. I think Jordan City probably do the same thing, because I think you will want to play less as possible football at the college level, just from you don't got the wear and tear on you, just from a whole you're younger, you're fresher thing. I thought that used to be the thing. This seems like to me these boys want to play longer in college to go to the NFL. That makes no sense. It makes no sense that Hill Green would extend his clock. He's already extended his clock in college. You would think he'd be ready to get to the NFL. Like, go ahead and get that, man. If you go 4th and 5th round, you had a good season. Like, what else do you need? Go first. You're not going no first round. Like, you feel like you're going to Alabama, I'm going to give you a better pick than all the shine you get at Colorado. Like, I could be wrong, but something makes sense, because you need to hurry up and get in the NFL. You're already old. I'm back. Don't have no long shelf life. You doing all these extra years at college. You're already done with school, and you just playing ball at this level. Like, this the pros, like semi-pro. I don't know how that makes you more valuable at the NFL. I don't know. How do you have more value by playing in college 6 years? Like, I don't see how you would leverage that as value. I would think you'd be hurry up. Running backs, linebackers, linemen, ain't really anybody at this point, because you got a short life in NFL as is. You want to be as young, as fresh as possible. I don't see why. If you had a shot to go, I mean, he had a good season. I'm sure he got a shot to go. I'm sure he could get drafted. What else do you want? You mess around, go there, and something happened to you, and it all backfire. That's why it's risky to stay in college and keep playing. It's considered risky. It's not a good thing. Now, if you say, I'll come back for my 4th year instead of going for 3 years, I get that. But if you come back for your 5th and 6th and 7th and 8th year, like, your NFL dreams are over with. So why you even keep playing? You just playing just to play as long as you can? Because I don't see how you can go to NFL, somebody looking at you, especially you've been hurt and you have medical red shirt, this red shirt, that red shirt, COVID red shirt. How is that increasing your draft stock? I don't get that. I don't get how that's increasing your draft stock, guys. That's what I'm saying. That's always been the logic. When did that logic change? When is it attractive to stay in school till you're 30, almost 30, and go to NFL? Unless you're a punter or something, a kicker. Like, how's that cool? I don't know. I think NFL is grueling enough. Got that long season. They keep making it longer and longer. Play all them games. You doggone put all your energy to college. Quicker that better. Make your money on the back end if you're good enough. Don't sit up there and keep playing the money game, money grab at college, unless you don't think you're going to make it. And if you don't think you're going to make it, then what are you doing? You better be getting all the degrees you can get while they paying for it. That's what really should be the strategy. If you get to stay in school that long and play ball, and you actually, I'm going to tell y'all something. People don't realize playing ball in college is not easy. It's not high school. High school, some programs are a little more strenuous, especially now. When I was in school, I played multiple sports. When I went to college, Football, I thought they were joking when they were telling us, okay, see you tomorrow morning. Like, what? Okay, I'll do that. I'm gonna be. I had my mind. The season gonna be over at the end of the season. We still practicing. We're gonna get December off. We don't get December off. Come back January. Like, it was new to me because I've always played multiple sports, and we didn't have no program practice year round. It showed. But you get to college, man, you ain't got no break. And everybody going on is normal because they know the schedule. You gotta love that thing because that's all you finna do in college. That's all you finna do. Your social life is cut significantly. You can't go hang out at the union because, like I said, it's very little off time. Outside of like hours, like after hours, you can do. But like during the school day, you ain't get to go to much festivity. And that was my program, and that's also with us practicing in the middle of the day. So a lot has changed now. You only can practice an hour. They probably got a lot more social. We would have film in the morning, man, and then we'll like 5 in the morning for like an hour. So go to breakfast, go to class, tired, sleepy, every day except Friday, and then we'll have practice like in practice I believe when I would do Friday. In practice we would have practice like at 3 o'clock to like 6. Like we practiced like 3 hours. I kid you not. I don't know what they doing. And we had 2 days and 3 days. They don't got rid of all that. And I was in South Georgia, hot. But we had practice from 3 to 6 every day. I don't know what it's like to have an hour long practice. That's why I said, hey, they can't bust their butt for an hour. Our practice was so long and so hot. It was so long. You gotta love it, man. That ain't including all the knickknacks and the injuries and all that. You gotta love it. And so to you to extend your college years to like 3, 4 extra years, boy, I'm telling you, that's a problem. So more power to them. More power to them. Because I was ready to hurry up and get up out of school. Honestly, I was like, let me get up out of here. I don't even care if y'all pay for my crap. I'm gonna get up out of here. I did not want to be in that school. It's hard to do both, man. It's hard to do school and it's school and combined with like practice and stuff, man. Ain't easy. Shout out to the chat, y'all. But let me know y'all still there. Maybe sure my chat ain't froze up. Anybody been watching the playoff? Let me know what y'all think about the playoff in the chat so far. We seen doggone all them ACC teams got blew away. Clemson got blew away. We seen SMU got blew away. Who else we see? Hit me in the chat. Hit me in the chat. Let me know y'all there. This chat be acting up. Let me know y'all there. It shouldn't be acting up. Sometimes you look at this stuff and you say, and I felt this way for a long time. If Colorado had made the playoff, how would they have performed? I think Colorado would have went again. They had it set up. If Colorado got in there, they would have been going up against Penn State or Ohio State. Ohio State moved up or something like that. But that bracket right there, that's what it was. And they turned around when Arizona State got in there. They gave them that favorable bracket where Colorado would not have been. I don't think they got in, but they gave them the bye. They gave both Boise and Arizona State the bye. I thought it was going to be one of them. And Colorado ended up being the team. Arizona State ended up getting the bowl that I just was looking all around trying to find a way to get Colorado in there. They just were going to make sure that Colorado got it. But imagine if Colorado had got the win where Arizona State at and had the doggone bye up in the doggone field with a Chick-fil-A bowl, Chick-fil-A bowl in Atlanta. That's what we were trying to get. Arizona State got it. Well, nobody ain't coming that game. We already seen how Arizona State couldn't do with down in Ayrton. But yeah, Indiana. They got out there playing like they absolutely didn't belong. And my biggest concern was with Colorado, like they get themselves over in the playoff and act like they didn't belong. Because everybody had a common trait that played horrible yesterday. They looked like they was sleeping in La La Land. How Colorado played in Kansas, teams that's going on them, they falling all over themselves. They dropping the ball. I'm looking at them like, y'all got here playing. They got out there and stunk up. Every last one of them teams. They was dropping balls. They couldn't move the ball. It looked like a circus. They was getting ran all over. That's the kind of crap I didn't want Colorado to do. I don't want to go out there house to do running backwards for 20 yards and get sacked and just look like a clown show. I don't want them to get out there and couldn't stop the run, the team running all over. If you're going to get to that big stage, you're going to get to the playoff, your behind needs to get out there and do the doggone thing. Like compete. Look like you belong. And so far, people saying, I don't like this extended playoff, but then they say give you more meaningful games, meaning less people opting out. But you sitting here like, okay, how all these teams get in there and get blown out? Like, used to be like with the 14, somebody would look up and slide their way into the championship and get blown out by Georgia, like Notre Dame did one year. Stuff like that. TCU did. But they say it's more blowouts. But you would think that as you spread it out the way it's set up, it would be more competitive games because like the 7 to 18 go against each other, whatever. But that ain't been the case. So far, outside the teams that got the bye, it ain't really been no competitive game. For the playoff, you would think you would get more competition. They sitting up here in the playoff playing like they absolutely had no right to be there. That's the problem. So far, we're going to see how it go. Now, the brackets go as what? Let me pull up these brackets. See what this look like. Because hopefully things be a little different. Let's see. So, yeah, college football playoff, right? Let's see these brackets. The official bracket. Now that people don't want. Let me see. What y'all think in the chat? Let me know. Some teams not ready for the postseason. But you did all of that to get there. Y'all let me know what y'all think. You did all of that to get to the playoff, and then you get in there and just get beat like a JV team. College football playoff. I ain't gonna even try to put on the screen. But I do want to see on brackets. The brackets. College football playoff bracket. The brackets. Because they should be filled in a little better now. So, let's see how this looking. Y'all give me y'all predictions because they got Ohio State going against Oregon. How is that gonna work? Ohio State, didn't they already play each other? Like a rematch. That's one thing about the playoff. And that's what get me about all the people. Like it should have been what they say, it should have been Clemson should have been in there. Not Clemson. They say South Carolina should have been in there. Ole Miss. I'm like, the people naming all SEC teams as if this gonna be the SEC playoffs. The point is to bring the best from each conference. You will truly get to see how dominant one conference is over another. But you got Ohio State versus Oregon. They in the same bracket and they from the same conference, right? Some teams was picked. Yeah, they was gonna try to slide Tulane in there. Really. They was ready to slide Tulane in there. Y'all they had to beat Memphis, and he would have had. That's what I said last time. There's supposed to have been only one Group of 5 team. How was they gonna put 2 in there? Like they changed the whole freaking rules to get Colorado out, and I don't think nobody caught it. And I kept bringing up like, how did that happen? There's supposed to be only one team to represent the Group of 5, and they was gonna try to put 2 in when they saw Colorado sliding up. It wasn't supposed to be no Boise and Tulane. It supposed to be one or the other conference champs from one Group of 5. Or they need to create their own Group of 5 playoff. It's gonna be like that. It's all Division 1, but y'all divide them to the Group of 5 and Power 5 and all of that, and it made like only one representative. All right. So then you got Arizona State going to go against Texas. How y'all think that's gonna go? It's gonna look a lot like last week because you gave these teams these buys that really should have got in the watch with the rest of these sorry teams during the first week, right? So they got to go up against Texas. Is they ready for Texas? And then you got Notre Dame versus Georgia again. We remember that game from a while back with your boy, what's his name? With the catfish. So you got all of that. How do they get that bracket, right? Then you got Penn State go against Boise State. Like, really? Penn State versus Boise State. I already said whoever played Boise State in the second round is going to be a problem. Now Penn State, would Boise State even compete against SMU? SMU look like superstars probably depending to Boise State. Yeah, you gave them a bye. I don't remember when they ever said that a group of 5 teams should get a bye. I don't remember that. I thought they just supposed to get an invite to the playoff as the 12th team. So now you gave them a bye. They ain't earned it, but by playing Louisville and a bunch of San Jose, how they get a bye in the playoff? You automatically give them whoever they play, like a Penn State. You giving them the chance to get to that third round, which would be what, semifinals. So they gonna run through Boise State like it's one of them. Boise State would be more like one of them cupcake games that you play in the beginning of the season against a little group of 5 team. That's what you just did. You just gave them a second week day off. All they gotta do is stop that running back, which they will do. I mean, they used to dealing with the run. They in the Big Ten, right? And he may be special, but I mean, one man ain't gonna beat 12 or 11. So it could easily be Boise State. I mean, not Boise State, Penn State versus Georgia. Maybe that'll be a decent game, depending on how Penn State play. And then on the other side, who knows? You know how Oregon. That's the only bracket where a second round game will be competitive, because that was supposed to be in the playoff. And you got Oregon up against Ohio State, the 2 O's, the big O's, and I think Texas may. Somebody what they say Arizona State is going to beat Texas. Huh? You think that? I don't know, man. I don't know. Because, I mean, all they got to do is stop this boy running game. Now, if he's that special, we'll see. Maybe they compete for a minute, but Texas might pull away from them just because. Or Arizona State might play down. Like the rest of these teams, just play it down. They play like they didn't belong. So if I say Texas versus, I don't know, Oregon, that bracket will be a lot more competitive. Texas versus Oregon and Georgia versus Penn State. We shall see. I don't care as much, y'all. Can I be real with y'all? I don't care as much. It's going to get dog walk. Boise State's going to get dog walk. You can get no yards. That's possible. That's possible because they already know all they got to do is stop you. And they line going to be better than your line. You know, their defense line going to be better. So they're going to put more pressure and they're going to be in the backfield. Now, you might do a little something, but because they're going off of what they did against Oregon, right? They say, we gave Oregon a decent game. First game, whatever. I hope so. Y'all. Because you gave these guys a second round. And same thing with Arizona State. I hope Arizona State get them a game. Because y'all got these buys. And y'all better show that y'all belong. Because so far, we don't see multiple teams come up in now and acting like they had no business. And have people talking, we should have put some more SEC teams. Everybody think that the playoff is for the SEC. Why don't they have their own playoff? Matter of fact, they do. It's called a conference championship. You play each other and you play in the conference championship. That's your SEC playoff. Y'all want to put South Carolina in now. You already had Tennessee in now. See what happened to them. What happened to Tennessee? I just cut that game off. Tennessee got blasted by Ohio State. Now your SEC. Now, them ACC teams, they ain't looking good right now. But them wasn't the original teams they thought was going to get in. Especially SMU. They slid in when Miami kept being silly. Miami was silly all year. Let's be real. They wanted Miami to be the representative. But the problem was Miami. They should have lost them first couple games they had. They should have lost to Cal. They should have lost to Virginia Tech. They played a lot of close games that really, like overtime, stuff like that, they should have lost. So My thing is, they ain't that conference ain't hitting on nothing. People try to tell me, oh, that conference good. We'll see what North Carolina bring. That's it. Florida State don't lost their mind. Syracuse trying to build, but it ain't really hitting on nothing over there. So everything is still going to wind back to they're going to try to load this thing up with the SEC, and you see the Big Tens competing with them. And that's what it's going to wind down to, the Big Ten versus the SEC. That's what they want. Big 12, I don't know. I don't know what to think about the Big 12 because they really wasn't trying to give Big 12 a shot. Big 12 loaded up on each other. It was a roll of the dice who was going to go to the end. Whether it's going to be Arizona State, BYU, Iowa State. Some of them lost some key games late in the season. Colorado. That was it. They all pretty much had the same conference. Colorado lost one more game except they lost to Silver, Nebraska. But they all pretty much had the same conference schedule. The same conference record. So I don't know, because they really set it up where they was doing their best to make sure that only one team came out of that conference. They really did. Now, if BYU had a played in there undefeated and then lost to somebody like Arizona State, he possibly could have got 2 in that way. I don't know, because you know what it really boils down to? It don't boil down to not only how you win, it's how they rank you with your wins. Like, they were slow walking Colorado down because they didn't want Colorado to get too far down in there, but they was going to make the playoff regardless. So even with Colorado winning, the only way they would have got in is if they had won the conference. And they was really trying to edge them out. Like I said earlier, they really were trying to edge them out by using Tulane, saying, oh, they're a higher ranked conference winner. That's not what they said in the beginning. They said they're going to take one conference winner from the B12. Had nothing to do with their ranking. They said we're going to take one top ranked conference winner out of the group of 5. It's supposed to be one of them, not 2, not 3. And then as Colorado slid in, it was like, oh, we got a higher ranked conference winner. Tulane is going to win their conference, and they're higher ranked. But who controlled the rank? You know, you watch teams that were losing, and they kept them in the top 10 and close because they knew they wanted them in the playoff. They could have. It was their judgment to say, oh, we can move them up to the 20. They'll lose, and they still was right at the top 12. They kept them there because it was their vote. It wasn't necessarily that it was anything locked in. So, you know, Tulane would have got in, and they would broke all the rules just to get them in, so they have a higher rank. So even if Colorado had won the conference, they're gonna say, well, it's another conference winner that's higher than you, and that violates what they had already said, which is supposed to only be 1 in group 5. So it's like you ain't only in so much control, because if you lose, if you win and they still rank you at 20th and 21 and 22, if you was another team, you probably would have been 11th or 3rd, 12th or whatever, they still can screw you over. So that's the thing about Colorado. You can't be going around losing no games. They go for next year. You can't lose games that you can win and supposed to win. Like, you got no games to spare. The same crap gonna go on next year. As long as Colorado there. You know, but BYU may be a decent team. Arizona might be. I don't know, because I think Scatterboo leaving this year. They've been leaning on Scatterboo for a long time. Scatterboo leave, they back down. But I don't know who the top dog is going to be in the conference next year. Because I got to go back and see who got the seniors and all that. You know, Kansas may try to do some. I say you better watch Baylor. You better watch Baylor, because they were sneaky. They were sniping at the end of the year. But you got to look at the fact that it's a lot of teams that could rival next year. Get big losses and go down. Yeah, them SEC team, even Clemson, they'll lose. I remember when they lost to Georgia Tech, a non-ranked team, and it was already like 8th, 9th or something. They only lost a couple spots. And I'm saying, like, you act like they lost to another ranked team. You only supposed to go down a couple spots when you lose to a ranked team. You don't supposed to go down a couple spots when you lose to a team that ain't even 500, barely 500. Like, they supposed to drop right then. They should have been out the playoff then. They still kept them in there so they can. They had to beat Syracuse. They would have been in the playoff. No, they would have been in the conference championship, in the playoff, regardless, because of what they was ranked as. And they would have made sure they would have played with the rankings where, okay, SMU made it. It would have moved them close enough to where if you lose to them, it won't have that much weight because they'll be like, you'll be 8th and they'll make them like 11th. So they'll be like, oh, we'll just make you the 11th team to get in the playoff. You don't get the bye, but you still in the playoff. That's the kind of crap they do when they manipulate those things. So it's very manipulatable. And the only way somebody like Coach Prime, you would think everybody talk all this mess about it must be the money, it's the money, it's the money. If it was the money, they would be doing what they did for Miami every chance they get to get Colorado in there. They would have been ranking them from the jump. Colorado was undefeated. Yeah, they still ain't played nobody yet. They could have ranked them then if they wanted to, but they were waiting for them to lose. They got all the way up to Kansas State. And after Kansas State, they're like, oh, you got to prove to us you got to beat Kansas State. If they had to beat Kansas State, they still would have been like number 20. And they've been on play half of their schedule and only lost one game. But the SEC teams been on lost 1-2 games, and they in the top 10. You say, well, strength of schedule. You full of it, man. You full of it because you just watch like Oklahoma State and all them beat Arkansas and all those other teams, and they was all beating each other in the SEC. But that's what I'm saying. They only bet what's going on. They only bet going forward. Unfortunately, they're not gonna help them get a no bowl game. I mean, no, not bowl game, but no championship going forward. Period. And I don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting because you ain't gonna be able to lean on no Travis Hunter. You're not gonna be able to lean on no Shador. Whoever come in at their quarterback got some big shoes to fill because at the end of the day, now he gonna be compared to Shador. Shador would have made that pass. Shador would have escaped that sack, even if he won, because you didn't give Shador that much credit. But now that all of this going on, everybody's gonna be looking at compared to Shador, and I'm glad it ain't that freshman. Put that pressure on that upperclassman, not that freshman. Let that freshman develop because eventually he's gonna have to live up to. If he came in right behind Shador as a true pocket passer like Shador, but without the experience and the strength and all that, he throwing interceptions. Cause Utah put their young quarterback against that. He had flashes of greatness and then he just kind of crumbled. Rayola up there in Nebraska came in with all the hype, Mahomes, till he started losing. And then you look at losing and then losing with Coach Prime, that's a whole nother type of loss. You got the well-off camera in your face. You got the fan base. You got the whole world want to see, from the sports world that's outside, want to see Coach Prime fail. You got the media. It's not a regular loss. It's not regular. It's not normal to lose with Colorado. So people got to be real careful, what a team do on who they put in at quarterback. And that's why I think it's good when they got another guy. But meanwhile, that guy got to come in. He's not going to be special like a Shador Farr. It's just ability to pick teams apart. To me, he's going to be a typical Big 12 quarterback. All these other quarterbacks can do decent things with their arm every now and then, but they can run to mess out the ball. And that's what happened with Kansas and all them when they quarterbacks. So the thing is, a running quarterback is more likely to get hurt. Now, he should have ran, but a running quarterback who run 1,000 yards a game, and he got a small frame. You better have Juju ready as that backup quarterback. Cause all it takes somebody to hit him on the knee or hit him on the hand, or he pull a hamstring or twist the ankle coming down. Because somebody tackling you, downfield. Concussion. He more than likely. So we're gonna need both of them quarterbacks. It's not only gonna be a good option for comparison. They're running quarterback at this level. He more likely to tweak something, get hit, get hurt. It's just too likely. It's too likely. So Juju gonna have to be ready one way or another. The beauty about Shador is we held our breath because we didn't know any given moment he get hit. We know it's a wrap. That's the worst thing. You can talk about depth everywhere. It was taboo to talk about depth with Shador because you knew, doggone it. If something happened with him, we got a taste of it last season, that last game, and we should have won, really won. But other games before that, we saw the drop off. It is what it is. And the weapons don't matter. And the line not that elite. So that's what we're looking at. Speaking of that, we saw Travis and Shador well off at the basketball game doing, the special festivities, and the team was out there. We saw the athleticism of Travis Hunter, and it's like everybody like, what can he do? I wonder if he focused. I know he played a little basketball. Just his ability and aggression, could he even thrive? I think he'd probably be decent as a basketball player if he was doing that all the time and working like that. So, hey man, that man is gonna be he's gonna be something. We trying to figure out if he's gonna be playing both sides or not. That's a good conversation. But I did do a video. I hope and pray that the relationship situation don't implode and people putting up and digging up stuff with his girlfriend, which was my Travis Hunter, and all that stuff. I hope that don't come back to hunt him and interfere with anything he's trying to do. Because I know he's pretty committed to that situation and probably used to it. You living out on your own, but you got somebody familiar with you. They probably taking care of a lot of stuff. You don't cook in and all that. So you can focus on the sports. And then so it's like that would be a big change for him, especially young. We don't know how codependent he is on that situation. So we just going to keep that boy there in our prayers, boy, because that, it's going to be a adjustment, mate. It's going to be a lot of adjustments anyway going to NFL. So, y'all, we got a game coming up. What's that? Christmas, so that's Wednesday. Is it on the 27th or 28th? So that'd be Thursday, Friday. I guess Saturday. Let me see on the calendar. I guess the 28th will be on a Saturday. I got it confused with the doggone Holiday Bowl. I'm assuming it's going to be the 28th on Saturday, if not 27th. So we got that coming up. Of course, I don't know if we're going to do anything on Thursday, but we're going to be back here next Sunday. So next time we speak, it's going to be the week. It's going to be, a day after the game, our last game official of the season, our last conversation about Travis Hunter and Shador. That's the last one we're going to see outside of just talking points and what's going on with the draft. Last time we're going to see them in a buff uniform. Simon Craig, Jimmy, LaJonte, Will Shepard, a lot of these guys, BJ Green, Shadoze. We ain't going to have one of our linebackers, but we should have Bentley. We're going to get to see who's going to be the other linebackers. They're going to try to slide Jeremiah Brown back in there. So it's going to be Wester. It's going to have to be a combination. And how's that going to affect the game? Because, they're going to be trying to run that ball. And our main linebackers decide to hit the doggone portal. So we're going to have a lot to talk about. Hopefully it goes well. We're looking for a win. Hopefully they end with a win. And don't even continue to push that narrative. Every time Coach Prime go to the big game, he lose. He lost 2 Celebration Bowls. He lost this. They looking for everything they can throw. I don't know that narrative way. But for the team's sake, I hope that it work out for them. I hope it work out. So, with that being said, y'all, go ahead and cut this thing. This is Greg, what Greg said it. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. I'll go ahead and put that back up there. Appreciate y'all coming through on this wonderful Sunday. Y'all have an enjoyable Christmas. And, of course, we'll talk before the new year. Next time we talk, we don't want to rush it. So let's take our time. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all weekend. And I'll be talking to y'all soon. Y'all have a good one.